Hello there, what's the story, what's the crack, how y'all keeping? This is the Panda Puncher, yes, Panda Puncher, and welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. This is episode 14, and I'm glad to say that things seem to be going quite smoothly, and thankfully, I decided to look up how a windmill actually works, and in order to get the kern, or whatever it was, wasn't working beforehand, to actually work, it was the millstone. We could build just vertical power bars underneath the centre of it, so, it's here, so we could build vertical bars all the way down to whichever room we wanted it, which could be here, and you know, that would be fine, or we can build it just right under here. And you know what, I think that might be good enough. Dig 3 by 3, a little 1 by 1/4. You know what, that makes me sick to see that. Let's do that, and we shall make this room 5 by 5, and then have a door to it. Boom! Let's hope now I made this center to the bottom of the windmill. We did. So, if the machine is directly on the machine that needs power is built directly under the center of the windmill, it receives the power that the windmill is generating. So that's something worth considering. If we could planned out power-wise beforehand, we could have brought it down here further, but I kind of don't want to do that because it would mean I would have to say, what would I have to do? I'd have to dig up here like a little channel so the dwarves could build a thing, and then this room outline is permanently scarred by that. And that would drive my OCD up the bloody wall. So it would drive me absolutely bonkers. Our FPS is taking quite a heavy hit on the surface here. I'm still at 48 frames per second, but when we first loaded the game it was at 100. So yeah, not really much I can do about that. There is a lot of material, items, logs lying loose. There is water to be simulated. So yeah, not a pile I can do about it. But nonetheless, we can continue on with getting our fort built and nice and pretty and shiny. Things are starting to be smoothed out in the library here, both upstairs and downstairs. And I think all the gold we designated is probably all those plants are still designated to be gathered, and it's probably, yeah, here we go. All this gold is slowly but surely getting mined out, which is probably going to be more than enough to keep the fort going for the rest of eternity. So it is. It's quite a bit of gold. Still haven't found anything else. So we haven't. So other than potentially having to create our own fun, yeah, we found the other cavern down here, didn't we? But it was mostly air and water. So it was. I'm pretty sure we haven't had anything crazy turn up. We have, yeah, a couple of wild badger stuff. We have all these caged animals. That could be causing, that will cause a FPS issue after a while. So we're gonna take advantage of an old Dwarf Fortress trick. So let's make a bridge 4 wide. We'll make it this long, and we'll have it raising up. We'll make this out of, what's the most we have here? No, we'll make it out of wood, just because it's handier. Chestnut logs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we will also need to build a lever somewhere. To be honest, we can really build it here. Build a trap lever, and we can just put it in the corner here by the butchers. There we go. So basically, I think I've made a mistake here, but stop producing debbish body. That's the instruments, okay? The basic premise of the bridge: if something is under the bridge when it comes down, that thing is obliterated forever. It ceases to exist. So if your dwarf was caught under a bridge, there's no body to bury, etc. There's arrows flying everywhere as our hunters are trying to hunt some badgers. Anytime badgers mentioned, it always reminds me of an old sort of flash thing that you got on a website. I think it was badger.com, and it was just really a crappy animation and a song that involved badgers, mushrooms, and snakes. It was quite fun, and we kept playing it all the time at school because there was a guy in our class who had the nickname of Badger, and it drove him up the wall, and we found it hilarious. Simply, that's how it worked. Yeah, someone is taking some wood over there to start constructing the bridge over there. So yeah, once the bridge is built, we'll raise it up. We'll place a dumping stockpile underneath it, and we can just mark things to be dumped, such as the cages that have the animals we don't care about, like the badger boars and stuff. We may keep one, and actually, let's do that right now. Actually, no, let's not do that right now. We'll not dump the cages that we want to keep, and then once we see what we have left, we can just easily place them instead of having to sort through a big list of repeats. If that makes sense. I hope it does. It does to me, which, you know, really probably doesn't help at all. I hope somebody gets around to building this thing soon. But I know it's primarily because... Have we got any other books made? No, we don't. L. Let's go to the vault again, and let's assign another scholar. You know, Qual 18. No, let's not make him a scholar. He's kind of busy. Is there anybody here who is actually a scholar? There's a scribe, but we'll actually make him a scribe. So we will. The militia captain. No. Papermaker, no. That's it. So, no scribes, but we shall... Actually, no scholars, but we can get another scribe, which is your man down here, who was a scribe, unless I've already made him one before, which would be kind of unfortunate. I can't see him now. He's probably sitting right there, and someone's going to look at this and go, he's right there. Yeah, no, I think it might have been him just... Because I was in the scholar section, he was still available to be made a scholar, but he's already been assigned as a scribe. Ah well. Okay, is that thing being built? I see a dwarf over by that bridge. What is this guy's problem? Adama, yes, what's wrong with you? Enter thoughts and preference. Whoa. He is dejected when caught in the rain within the last season. He didn't feel anything after seeing the elf Nemo Credrian die. He didn't feel anything after seeing the elf blah 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 die. He was dejected after being unable to pray to Avus, the aquamarine of mines, for too long. He was dejected after being unable to be extravagant for so long. He felt lonely after being away from family for too long. He felt... Jeez, this guy's a whiny old bastard, hey? You know what? Just get on with your goddamn job. You're a dwarf. Suck it up. Yeah, it'd probably be worth... I don't want to make 20,000 temples just to satisfy everybody. We already have temples there. Just pray to a different god, you idiot. Ugh! Religion drives me up the wall. Right, build Millstone Workshop, Millstone. And there we go. That should be able to be powered. I don't even know what we're going to do with it, but it's there. So marble door, that'll do that. Other than I know we needed the millstone for the papers, the sheets and stuff, but we've kind of got around that with just creating extra glob, as it's referred to in the game, from plants. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually does anything else. As a millstone, I'm assuming it crushes stuff of some variety, possibly flour and all that kind of thing. Just seems natural. So is it powered? Yes, it is. So we can mash plant in the slurry here. We can mill seeds and nuts into paste, or we can just mill plants. What does milling plants do? Okay, let's cancel. If we go to repeat, powder of any plant, powder of any material. Okay, let's just kind of work for nothing because we have piles of powder available. But it was nice to experiment with how to get it working. I would like to create something more extravagant. Maybe have an outside mill, create a little like 5x5 building, several floors tall, put the windmill on top, and vertical power bars the whole way down through the floors, and then at the bottom have your millstone, sort of like a traditional sort of windmill kind of thing. I think it'd be pretty fun to mess about with. And our FPS is starting to take a massive hit on the top floor. That is crazy. If you start to drop below 30, the game starts to chug. Add new task. Link up with bridge. No, I want to link up with that one. Yes, yes. Use that. Hopefully someone gets that done quickly. We can start destroying some things before our fort goes absolutely batshit insane. Now, the FPS is only taking a hit on the top level. Because if we go to here, it goes up again. Slightly. But still moving in the right direction. If we go here, maybe the game in general is starting to take a bit of a hit because we have so much stuff. Now would be a good time for things to happen. Maybe lose a few dwarves fending off a massive invasion force, dealing with a were creature, or possibly start thinking about hunting for candy or adamantine, as it's known in the game, and make some sort of super armor, maybe magma forges, that kind of stuff. But hopefully, is that all linked up now? Add new task. Pull the lever, please. Get this bridge up and start dumping some stuff. It should help slightly. There is a DF hack thing called cleanup. I think that might help the FPS slightly, but again, that's something that really is only a temporary fix. The game will eventually, the FPS will fall through the roof. Normally that happens to me on really old forts, or if you're unfortunate enough to get something like a cat explosion, but I think that's been tweaked a wee bit. Usually if you had too many cats, they just kept breeding. You can't butcher them because they become attached to dwarves. Dwarves can adopt pets in this game, so if you have dogs, chickens, any sort of animal here, they can be a dwarf can take that animal as a pet, but they can't take cats as pets. Cats can choose dwarves as owners. That's the difference. Cats are crazy. So yeah, we need to do a new area here and make it that. Let's make it a dumping stockpile, garbage dump. Nice. And now let's go through. If we go to Z, animals. Ooh, there's a lot of animals. You know what? Let's go Shift B. Let's F. Desired number of female kids 2. That's for all of them. Now for male kids, female adults 2. Nope. Female adults 2. The males are okay, and that should be fine. A lot of stuff will get butchered. Nice. Pause and resume. Chickens marked for slaughter 3. Dogs marked for slaughter 5. So yeah, we're going to get rid of a lot of soldiering. I approve. Luth, you can join. Let's go to military. Betsy's mercs. And Luth, you can join the merc force. The mercs should probably train all the time. I think I may have them training all the time. If we go to schedule. 2 Lance warriors. We don't have it. Schedule. Yeah, they're training all the time, along with 2 Lance warriors. So we have 2 permanently training squads, and we have the archers alternating, and Data's warriors are also alternating month to month. But we're getting to the stage where where we can afford to have permanent training dwarfs, because if we actually go into animals again, so yeah, there's a lot ready there to slaughter. But as you can see, a lot of animals do have owners, and you can't do anything about them. You know what? We do not need. We do not need a rattlesnake. So how do you slaughter? Or that, 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 or that. Stray mule, don't care. Nanny goat, don't care. Get rid of it. Is there anything else crazy here? We don't need a blue pecan. Don't need that either. Or a mongoose. Why would we even bother keeping a mongoose? Get rid of that. Baby alpaca. And there we go. That's a lot of animals to get rid of, which will be nice indeed. And what was the other thing I was thinking of doing? Yes, the dumping stockpile. Let's see now. How are we going to do that? If you go to Z, stocks, cages, or is it animals? I have no idea. Can you even dump from here? Yes, you can. Good. Backpacks, quivers, armor stands, cabinets, doors, beds, thrones, coffins, slabs, tanned hides. Small live animals, small tame animals, none. Animal traps. No, I kind of want to keep them. Cages. See, these are just cages. I mean, it's not, you know, used cages. Coffers, wood bins, barrels, buckets, mechanisms, random bits and pieces, spiked. We probably could get rid of all of this. We're never going to use them. Dump. And yeah, flasks, goblets, gold goblets, 729 goblets. Nice. Whoa, what is this? Wheelbarrows, bindings, parchments. Okay, we're going to keep all that anyway. Durian, what? Where are we here? Musical instruments. Figurines. Amulets, scepters, crowns, rings, earrings. We got the earrings done. Bracelets. Ballista parts. We don't have totems, corpses. Dump. And body parts. Dump. Remains. Dump, and unforbid those, by the way. Dump, and dump all those. Get them out of the way. Splints, crutches, tracks and benches, limb or body case casts, and codices. Done and done. We should be dumping a lot of stuff shortly. I hope. Yeah, they're dumping stuff under the bridge, and to be honest, a 1x1 dumping stockpile can take infinite items, which is a lot. So yeah, they're going to be dragging stuff out there for quite a while, but again, I don't mind. I need it done. We need to clean up this fort somehow, and the next thing we need to do is somehow sort out the cages. So yeah, we have a lot of caged animals there. What can we do with them? Right, let's build the interesting ones. Build cage, which is J if you just want to build a cage. And we should build one here. Now we have to sort through them. No. Trying to figure out mentally what the best. Is it just a matter of coming over them and then dumping? Yes. Dump. What is that? You can keep them about. Dump. Get rid of these goddamn monkeys. What's in here? A mongoose. Dump it. Keeping that troll because he'll be funny to watch in his giant ohm. He can stay. Large rat, you can dump him. Crocodile, I'm keeping. Giant rat, dump. What is this? Giant ohm, you can dump him. Dump the blue pecan. And dump the emu. Is there any other animal? Yeah, there is. Whoopsie, went a bit too far there. You can. I know they're marked for slaughter, but to be honest, we can just dump them now. To be fair, like. Dump. Yep. Now, did we put any animal storage in the second area? I don't think so. It's okay. That's a lot of dumping to be done. I'm hoping they actually come and get these pretty soon, just to prove that it's actually just as simple as that, and I didn't have to worry about it too much. And I think we have a bunch of dwarves going over here. Yes, we do. Nice. Very nice. Because for one thing, it'll get rid of the... Whoops, not this screen. It'll get rid of the long list of stuff we have here. It'll get rid of the long list of caged animals there. And well, there's a lot of dead animals, but they're mostly from hunting. Yeah. It's a lot of cages to be dragged out. But I wonder if this improves the FPS at all. We're still dropping to... Well, we were going lower than 45 before, so maybe by the process of starting to clean up this stuff, we may... Actually, it mightn't even be the cleaning up that's helped so far. It's getting rid of all those extra animals that were about. So it was... Oh, what's going on here? Oh, there was a big hit there. You know what? Just because that terrified me, I'm going to quickly save the game. And then we'll jump straight back in for another 9 or 10 minutes to finish this episode. But yeah, it's been a relatively quiet fort. It's been more of a practice of fort design, experimenting with a few things, and just starting getting back to familiar with the game and toying around with the new features such as the libraries, the taverns, and things like that. I think in the next fort, definitely going to increase the difficulty due to embark location. I would like to embark on a volcano because they provide fantastic terrain to mess about with, but if not, definitely be somewhere like a desert or cold or something that, you know, makes you have to think about what you're doing. Maybe somewhere that has no wood, so you have to go and find a cavern to get the wood from there, or you have to dig a deep room underground that's several levels high and let trees grow. Like for example, burping here. For example, as you can see, this room here, it's on clay and stuff has already started growing here. You've got goblin caps, you've got cave wheat, and if there's enough room, trees can actually grow here as well. So that's something to take into consideration when thinking about that kind of stuff. Nobody's training at the minute. Well, there we go, someone is training, that just shows me. And they're still dragging stuff over. Yes, they are. Slowly but surely, we will get rid of our trash. And that'll also leave us with very little cages to choose between when building the ones in the dining area. And yeah, things will get done pretty smoothly. Now, is there anything else to be brought out? So I don't want to close the bridge that'll destroy all this stuff if somebody's still going to be dragging something over. What is this guy doing? He's going so slow. He's a glassmaker. View. Unless he's crouching caught in the rain. Yeah, they don't like outside. It's actually, good point. Let's just check. Is there... No, not stocks. Health. Don't think we're going to have any health problems so far. This goes through all your animals as well. It's crazy. Nope, no health problems, and there is no criminals. That is good to see. Everything is quiet here at Granitehours. The visitors feel welcome and safe. I am slightly peeved that none of the super interesting things that can happen have happened, or artifacts have been pretty mundane and boring, but nonetheless, things are getting done. And we're about to get rid of our first bunch of sort of waste material that is filling up the fort, hopefully freeing up the FPS before it gets too bad. And let's see how the smoothing is coming on in the rest of our... The beds are getting installed pretty neatly. That room area looks fantastic. Not a lot of smoothing has been on there. It's nearly complete in here, although we're still waiting on the bed for our militia captain. This one's been done for a while, and I really like... This is the design I first went with when building a tavern, and it's just one I've gone with every time. You could make it big, extravagant over several floors, and maybe that's something... did I just see that right? The Honeys of Drumming, a performance troupe, is visiting. So it's actually more than one person visiting. That's kind of interesting. So yeah, but you could make the tavern itself more interesting in a way by just making it more extravagant over a certain number of levels, different rooms, features, maybe a separate kitchen, dining area. You could really just, well, let your imagination run wild with it, which I suppose is part of the attraction of Dwarf Fortress, is that it's very imagination based. At the end of the day, this is the library is a prime example of this. Here's a library on this one. Hold on. Status of the Honey of Drumming. For the purpose, yeah, I'll take a whole troop of people in. Why not? Could have just left this. This is a perfectly functional library. It has tables, chairs, storage, and bookcases. But why leave it there? I mean, I decided, you know, through my imagination and the mechanics of the game, that this will be the bottom floor. People can come in through the central staircase. They can primarily, this is where you would take a book and read it, and maybe your most popular reads are the ones stored on this floor. Then at either end, top and bottom of the library, their staircase is upstairs, where the library is even bigger yet again, and you have even more books and tables and chairs to read from. And there's some statues up here, and yeah, I mean, it's basically what you want to do with it. For the purpose of soldiering, I did not see that person's name, but if memory serves me right, and it sometimes doesn't, it'll be this guy. So yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, it's another petition. Lookman Quilcup. Quilcup? Nice. Military. Well, Betsy's mercs here are starting to fill up nicely. I like that. It's a bit of a hodgepodge of people. There's some fighters in there, mace dwarfs, bowmen, that kind of thing. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a dedicated military force. They will get the job done. And now, as far as I can tell, we may no longer have any dwarves come with pull lever. Someone shall pull that, and the bridge will drop. All those items will disappear. There we go. And add new task. Pull the lever again. And then the bridge will rise up, and those items will be gone. Like magic. And there we go. Boom. Remember, they stack everything in the square here, and we have nothing but knotgrass. See, I'm finally actually going to end an episode early. This was a pretty quiet episode. Again, we just sort of cleaned up the dwarf. I think I have more petitions. You know what? Deny. Cleaning up the fort a wee bit, starting to try and crawl back a bit of FPS. And look at that. We were touching low 40s here, and as just as I said that, we're plummeting back down into the 40s. But yeah, it's saving. That's even better way to end the episode. The video is over. Please go away. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.